Hello and welcome to another GT Sport race. Gr4 this time. I actually meant to stream some of the weekly races, but I didn't really have time for an entire stream. I didn't think it made sense to stream just one race, so I just drove it. But it turned out so good that I decided I'm just gonna make this another video. So I qualified 4th. I'm in the Porsche Cayman. Qualifying was really nothing worth speaking many words about. Qualified 4th, decent. I was definitely faster with this than with the GT86 I drove last time. And I get a bit of a bad start here because the start puts me right into revving into the first gear. But I found out that the Porsche is really agile. It does slide a bit if you're not careful, but you can very much use the agility to get a better turn in. This corner is really tricky because you're kind of tempted to cut over the curbs, but I'm still not sure if that's the fastest way. Anyway, as I get closer to number 3, and number 3, the Gentleman Racer 88, actually a really cool guy. I ended up racing like almost the entire race with him, and that was like just really good. Lots of very wide corners on this track, where it's difficult to say what your best speed is, or even what the best line is. Because a lot of it is just rolling and deciding when to get on the throttle. But most of the time I seem to get it somewhat decently, as number 3 in front of me goes very wide, and we go side by side actually, but he seems to just have either the better exit or just better top line speed or acceleration anyway. But we are sort of side by side, but I do back out to just get a better exit instead. And sometimes it just is better to back off so you can both go on racing instead of losing time to someone behind you. But I do kind of regret it because I am much faster through this series of corners. I realized through like these S's, I was by far the fastest driver in the entire race. Like even the really fast ones that I had trouble keeping up with, I caught them in these S's. And that's going to be quite crucial to my race later on, as you're going to see. But not ideal if you're stuck behind someone, because obviously you cannot really take advantage of the pace that you have. As I, for the first time, shift up to 5th before this corner, and as a result, I stop too late and I go quite wide, but it doesn't really matter because that's why personally I have so much more fun racing than qualifying. I know a lot of people who put like a lot of time making setups and like trying to get the ideal lap. Honestly, that kind of bores me. I am much more interested in racing, and partly because you can take these creative lines. Like you can. Of course, it's also more forgiving. You can make mistakes. As talking about mistakes, I sort of get the braking point wrong, and then just cannot settle the car. And instead of just overdoing it, I'd rather just go over the grass, lose some time. And I can't really catch the guy. OG 2K15. So I guess 2015. It's just OJ then. But yeah. Of course, sometimes you make a mistake, and because you can sometimes take creative racing lines, it sort of lessens it. But you can also just do creative lines to aid you to set yourself up for an overtake or for defending. And I really love that. It's so much more creative and fun than just knowing what the ideal line is and then just driving to that the entire time. And this time I'm actually gonna get a lot out of it. This is not the best I've taken this series of corners, and I go quite wide here, which actually might not be bad because I get on the accelerator quite early. And we're starting to see the Gentleman Racer and OJ fighting, and it seems like they're losing time to us. OJ actually goes really wide, and I realized that a lot of people took a quite different line from me. I went really close to the apex, and most other people took it really wide. And this time I'm hopefully not gonna make the same mistake. And I take the corner quite well, go a bit wide slightly over the grass, maybe not entirely perfect. And I realize I'm actually getting a lot of purple sectors. As I get another one and almost spin. But I do kind of save it, and I don't think I even lost that much time from that. As I still get the braking pretty right. And the people in front of me are just losing so much time fighting that I can still keep up despite the slight mistakes. And I am now very much in slipstream range. And I am starting to look for a line, as this guy, Rare Quest from the Netherlands, kind of... I'm not sure if he actually touched me or if he just got really close, but he definitely did not look aware of the fact that I was there. That's gonna be a trend that continues. He almost rams me out, I think, a little bit later, and you can see how much faster I am through that section of corners. But he does come back on the inside, and I do leave him the space. Well, I mean, I'm going wide on the outside anyway. And I'm sort of trying to break the slipstream here. But yeah, the Dutch Quast guy is going to be a bit of a thorn in my side later. He wasn't terribly slow, but later, you will see, I'll get into a battle with him. And it's quite clear that I'm faster, and he just lunges into me once, and I'm kind of stuck behind him. And I'm pretty sure I could have gotten a better result if not for that. But he wasn't terrible. By standards of other racing games, he was really probably a perfectly clean driver, just not by standards in this game. And in this corner, look there, I'm getting a hit on the inside. I'm not sure if he locked up braking or if that was actually an attempt at a lunge. Either way, I don't think we did much damage to each other there. But really, these fast corners are where I excel, and where I'm making the people in front of me quite sweaty, I think. There were a few moments where I'm pretty sure I forced a mistake out of them, as I go really wide through this, and I thought I was gonna touch the grass with my tires, but I did not, so it was actually perfect. And now I gotta start thinking, and I think I'm actually close enough to get the overtake done by the end of these S's. And as you can see, I am so much faster once again. And into the braking zone, I brake late, I do almost touch him. I force him a little bit wide. I felt a bit bad for that. I did not really want it to be like that. And I probably should have pitted right there. And OJ behind me actually does pit. I thought, like, around here I realized I should have pitted, because before the race I already thought, okay, ideal lap to pit is, because there is no tire requirement, you can only use the hard tire. So ideally you want to just do 4 laps, it's 8 laps, so you want to do 4 and another 4 on a new set. So after finishing lap 4 is probably the best time to pit, ideally. And we just missed that. And not only that, but I also thought I would pit earlier in case I got stuck behind someone. And this would have actually been perfect, because I would have been stuck behind someone right in the middle of the race. But I got caught up a little bit because honestly the racing with this guy was just too enjoyable. So like right after turn 1 I decide, okay, I'm gonna pit next lap, bar any really weird circumstances. You can see the guy in front of me, he is really utilizing the curbs, at least on corner entry. He's going quite wide to make it easier to hit the apex. He's not using the mid corner as much because his car is not as stable, I suppose. But you can definitely tell that he knows what he's doing. It's very deliberate where he's placing his car. As I go a bit, I get a bit of a lockup almost, and go too deep into the corner, but it was good enough. As he goes on the grass, and I think this is my chance, and now I'm kind of conflicted because I wanted to go and pit this lap, but now I know I can overtake him. So what do I do then? Because if I overtake him, he's surely gonna pit. So I just think I'll see how this goes. There's only a few corners left in the lap. Let's see what happens. And this time, finally, really clean air through these corners, and I actually gain a lot here. But I do kind of lose it in this corner, I think. Yeah, like right there he starts gaining on me, and I realize he's gonna overtake me on the straight, so I just go into the pits. But unfortunately, he is actually gonna overtake me in the pits. Which is, I didn't realize that could happen in this game. I thought it was just automated, but there you go. He's like 10 meters ahead of me out of the pits, which is unfortunate for me right now, but maybe more enjoyable to watch because this battle is just gonna continue. And this is the part of the race where this corner starts giving me a bit of a headache. Because I'm still not sure if I should take it in second or third. In third I always feel very slow, and this is what I mean. He goes for the lunge, and that was just not really a move that was on, I feel. Like, I already take a very inside line through that corner compared to everyone else. Maybe he expected me to take the same line as the other people, and that's why he went for that. But to be honest, that was not really on, as he makes kind of... he takes a bit of a weird line. He definitely messed up his braking and then just cut on the inside to cut me off. And at that moment I am really quite pissed, because not only was he holding me up, I had such a good time racing the gentleman race I had, and I'm being kind of robbed of a good battle, and instead I have to race this guy who really... I mean, look how he's moving. I'm pretty sure that's controller steering. He's moving like in steps. The steering goes like whoop left, like nothing against people who prefer to play on controller, but I am a bit mad because he really robbed me there. As I try to go on the inside, but he just closes it off. Nothing I can really do. And he doesn't even go wide. I thought I might get past him if he messes up his defending. And now this is the part that really hurts, because here I would be so much faster, and I need to lift so much in order not to go right into him. But he does go wide in this corner, so I get past quite easily. But he's not actually that far behind. I was sure he would lose more time, but he's not even a second behind, so he really didn't lose all that much, considering he went off in quite an awkward spot where usually you get stuck in the wall. But I am definitely getting away. Look at that, 1.3. Yeah, 1.4, and I think I'm losing again through this corner, but I know that I'm losing through this corner almost every lap, so I've kind of made peace with that. I'm just happy that I'm gonna be able to race the gentleman again, as I am already getting closer to him, and I'm sure he was quite sad that the Dutch guy went off, because he was doing a good job costing me a lot of time. And the OJ guy is not even that far ahead. So there are only 2 laps left. Well, not even 2 full laps. Just 1.5 or something. But I do feel like a victory is possible here. But what's also in my head is that maybe the Dutch guy inadvertently robbed me of the chance for a victory, which he certainly did. I think if he wouldn't have held me up, certainly I could have won that. I probably would have, honestly. You're gonna see, because it gets really close towards the end. As the BMW again tries to break the slipstream, just move a bit left and right. And I do follow, but yeah, he definitely has his racecraft and his strategy on point. But now we get to my favorite S's again, and he goes a bit too much over the curb for his car, and look at the speed that I'm getting, and in the braking zone, and he does leave me the space, like props to him. For a moment it looked like we were gonna get very close, but he does leave me the space and instead decides he wants to try and overtake me with the slipstream again, which is just smart. It's less dangerous and probably a good idea, but he doesn't quite get close enough, and now I just pull away because really I have more pace at the moment. And OJ, honestly, he had a really stealthy race from my perspective, because he actually started behind me, and he just undercut us. Like the lap where I didn't pit but wanted to, in the end of lap 4, that's when he pitted, and pretty sure that won him the race. To be fair, either if the Dutch guy wouldn't have fought me so badly, or if I would have also pitted in lap 4, in which case I probably wouldn't have even met the Dutch guy on track. In both cases, I think I would have been better off, but now he is ahead, and by now I already made, well, I was gonna say 2 seconds, but now it's, oh, it went down again, now it's gone up again. 1.8 second on the third guy, which is pretty solid. I'm not really too worried about losing second anymore. Now it's really just about, can I still win this in the final lap? That would be insane. But I've kind of spoiled already that it's not gonna happen. But through these S's, which are of course before the final turn really, and there you go, I am getting past, and I think here I'm not sure if that was inevitable. I'm not sure if he maybe sacrificed his line, but like right now I would have had to get on throttle, but he was just in the way. He just cut me off, so well done to him, I guess. Doing the switcheroo, and I finish 0.176 seconds behind him, really close, and I think I dare say if even a few more turns and I would have been ahead again, because I was definitely in a slipstream right there. 1 lap more and I almost certainly would have been ahead. So a lot of really small things, and one of which, if wouldn't have happened, I would have probably won the race, but I am not mad. I'm still second from 4th, and I did actually get the fastest lap for the first time, and it was a really enjoyable race, especially with the top 2 guys, top not top 2, the first and third. So much so that the first and third and me, we just ended up exchanging pleasantries in the lobby after the race. And I gotta say, I'm just still blown away by how good the quality of racing is. Like, this is just rank C. This is the third lowest. Like, you start E, and then you go D, and now I'm C. And to be fair, like, I have a really good safety rank, but like, I managed to climb to S in like 3 races, and this is like my 6th or 7th race or something. And this is just like, this tops the quality of racing I got in iRacing sometimes when I played that. It's just so nice. I wish I would have known that before. I would have bought a PlayStation way earlier just to play this game. But yeah, just great experience overall. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream any more of these week's events, because of the Battlefield beta that's starting tomorrow and only finishes Sunday morning. So maybe Sunday afternoon, evening, I might. I did actually try the e-Porsche race, but electric vehicles are just not fun to race. The brake distance is about twice what it should be. In an equivalent gasoline car, they're just so heavy. My result wasn't even that bad in that race. It was just not really enjoyable. It felt like driving a truck, even though it was a Porsche Taycan. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that one again. It's not great, but I'm gonna do the Group 3 race for sure. And maybe do this one again, because this one is also very fun. So yeah, definitely keep her out for Battlefield content, and then maybe Sunday or some more racing.